The eternal conflict. Michael versus Lucifer. In the vast expanse of the celestial realm, where time was but a mere concept and the fabric of reality itself danced to the tune of divine will, there existed two beings whose destinies were forever entwined in an eternal struggle. Michael, the radiant archangel, embodiment of righteousness and champion of the heavens, stood in stark contrast to Lucifer, the fallen one, once adorned with beauty beyond compare, now consumed by pride and rebellion. It began eons ago, in the dawn of creation, when the cosmos was but a canvas waiting to be painted by the hand of the Almighty. Among the myriad of celestial beings, to stood out above all others, Michael, the beloved and trusted commander of the angelic hosts, and Lucifer, the morning star, whose brilliance illuminated the heavens. Lucifer's beauty was unmatched, his wisdom profound, and his power unmatched by any other being save for the Creator himself. Yet, within the depths of his being, there lurked a seed of discontent, a whisper of rebellion that festered and grew with each passing eon. It was in the celestial court, amidst the shimmering spires of the divine palace, that Lucifer first voiced his dissent. Enraptured by his own splendor, he dared to question the will of the Almighty, challenging the hierarchy of heaven and proclaiming his desire to ascend to the very throne of God. But Michael, ever loyal and steadfast, stood resolute in his devotion to the Creator. Clad in armor forged from the very essence of righteousness, he confronted Lucifer with unwavering resolve, seeking to quell the flames of rebellion before they could consume the celestial realm. Their clash echoed through the heavens, a titanic struggle that shook the very foundations of creation. Angels wept and seraphim trembled as the archangels clashed, their swords of light and darkness clashing in a symphony of celestial fury. Yet, for all his might and majesty, Lucifer was ultimately cast down from the heavens, his rebellion thwarted by the unwavering resolve of Michael and the host of heaven. Banished to the depths of the abyss, he became known as Satan, the adversary, forever cursed to wander the shadows cast by the light he once embraced. But the conflict between Michael and Lucifer did not end with the fall of the morning star. For even as Lucifer languished in the depths of darkness, his spirit remained restless, his thirst for vengeance unquenched. Through the ages, he whispered his poison into the hearts of mortals, sowing the seeds of discord and temptation wherever he tread. And in the darkest corners of the world, his influence could be felt, corrupting the hearts of men and leading them astray from the path of righteousness. Yet, even in the face of such darkness, Michael remained vigilant, a beacon of hope amidst the encroaching shadows. For wherever there was evil, there too was the archangel, standing as a bulwark against the tide of darkness. And so, the eternal conflict between Michael and Lucifer raged on, a battle that transcended time and space itself. For as long as there was light, there would be darkness, and as long as there was darkness, there would be those who stood against it, their swords raised high in the name of righteousness and truth. As the ages passed and civilizations rose and fell, the conflict between Michael and Lucifer took on new forms, playing out across the tapestry of human history. In the ancient empires of Egypt and Babylon, Lucifer's influence could be felt in the decadence and tyranny of the ruling elites, while Michael's champions fought tirelessly to uphold justice and defend the oppressed. During the tumultuous years of the Middle Ages, when superstition and fear gripped the hearts of men, Lucifer's whispers found fertile ground among those who sought power through dark sorcery and unholy pacts. Yet, even in the darkest of times, Michael's light still shone bright, guiding the righteous and inspiring acts of courage and selflessness in the face of adversity. But it was during the dawn of the modern age, with the rise of science and reason, that Lucifer's influence reached its zenith. As humanity cast off the shackles of superstition and embraced the pursuit of knowledge, the fallen one whispered promises of power and enlightenment, leading many astray with his seductive lies. In the shadowy alleys of industrialized cities, where poverty and despair reigned supreme, Lucifer's agents lurked, preying on the vulnerable and the desperate, offering false hope in exchange for their souls. Yet, even amidst the smog and the filth, there were those who refused to yield to despair, their hearts emboldened by the unwavering faith of Michael's champions. But the greatest battle of all was yet to come, as the world stood on the brink of a new era, teetering on the edge of annihilation. In the heart of the 20th century, as the flames of war engulfed the world in chaos, Lucifer's influence reached its apex, corrupting the minds of men and plunging humanity into the abyss of hatred and destruction. Yet, even in the darkest hour, there were those who refused to surrender to despair, their hearts aflame with the fire of righteousness and justice. And as the forces of darkness gathered for their final assault on the forces of light, Michael and his hosts stood firm, their swords raised high in defiance of the encroaching shadows. In the end, it was not through violence or conquest that victory was achieved, but through the triumph of the human spirit over the forces of darkness. For as long as there were those who were willing to stand up and fight for what was right, the light of Michael would never be extinguished, and the darkness of Lucifer would never prevail. And so, the eternal conflict between Michael and Lucifer rages on, a battle that transcends the boundaries of time and space. For as long as there is good in the world, there will be evil, and as long as there is evil, there will be those who stand against it, their hearts aflame with the fire of righteousness and the light of truth. As the millennia passed, the conflict between Michael and Lucifer continued unabated, each side gaining ground and losing battles in the eternal struggle for the souls of humanity. Yet, amidst the chaos and the strife, there were moments of hope, moments when the light of Michael's righteousness pierced through the darkness and illuminated the path to salvation. In the hearts of individuals, from the humblest peasant to the mightiest king, the battle between good and evil raged on, as each soul wrestled with their own demons and sought to find redemption in the face of temptation. And though many faltered and succumbed to the allure of darkness, there were always those who rose above their baser instincts, their faith in Michael's guiding light unwavering in the face of adversity. But as the end of days drew near and the final battle between light and darkness loomed on the horizon, the stakes grew higher, and the forces of evil marshaled their strength for one last assault on the kingdom of heaven. In the depths of the abyss, Lucifer gathered his legions, his heart consumed by hatred, and his thirst for revenge unquenched. Yet, even as the forces of darkness gathered for their final onslaught, Michael and his hosts stood firm, their spirits unbroken and their resolve unwavering. For they knew that in the end, it was not through violence or conquest that victory would be achieved, but through the triumph of love and compassion over hatred and despair. And so, as the battle raged on, with the heavens and the earth trembling beneath the fury of the conflict, a new dawn broke over the horizon, heralding the beginning of a new era. For in the end, it was not the power of Michael's sword or the cunning of Lucifer's schemes that decided the fate of the universe, but the indomitable spirit of humanity, whose capacity for love and forgiveness proved to be the greatest weapon of all. And as the last echoes of the celestial conflict faded into the ether, a sense of peace descended upon the cosmos, as the forces of light and darkness laid down their arms and embraced the possibility of redemption. For in the end, even the mightiest of warriors must lay aside their swords and learn to live in harmony with one another, united in their shared purpose to create a better world for all. And so, the story of Michael and Lucifer, of light and darkness, of good and evil, came to an end, not with a cataclysmic battle or a final confrontation, but with a whisper of hope and the promise of a brighter tomorrow. For in the end, it was love that conquered all, and in the hearts of humanity, the flame of righteousness burned eternal.